Whatever happened to that person who dropped like 12 tabs of LSD on Twitter and was never heard from again?
What?
Yeah, there was like a person who like microdosed LSD on Twitter. They're like, oh, I'm gonna like take my frontal cortex and throw it out in the front yard today. And he had like 12 tabs, and then he took another picture. It's like all 12 tabs on his tongue, and then nobody ever heard from him ever again.
That motherfucker dead. He saw God. Hello. Welcome to Shrimp Hours, number 78. How we doing?
Martin Truex.
Something like that.
Yeah, it would be appropriate if we shut it down after this one.
Don't we have to win something
We
first?
have the greatest podcast of all time, and then
Go out on top.
shut it down. Yeah.
Well,
No,
unfortunately,
we
this
do
is
one
the
more
worst
for having the
podcast
greatest
of all time.
podcast of all time, and then shut it down, just like Furniture
Oh
Row.
yeah, that's true.
We're not on the ups. There's no chance. Hi. Thanks for watching. I'm Drive Thru. I'm here. Slap's here. Rusty's here. Cody's in fucking New Mexico. Hi, Cody. He's got the New Mexico filter on too. Everything's just yellow.
Dude, this
The
is
hotel
the
room.
bluest I can get the white balance on my camera. This is just how yellow all the lights are in here.
That's a cheap hotel for you, I guess.
It's okay. Rusty's room's always pink.
That's for you.
Warm bulbs.
Thanks. Yeah. I'm also on the warmer side today. I didn't make
you're
an
not doing
outline
the
at all.
chili bowl this year?
You didn't do it
No,
last
I
year.
only did that in 2022.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, we
doing the
gotta talk about that
friggin'
news in a little
middle
bit
of the
once we get to
desert
the
thing.
motorsport side.
We'll talk about it now.
fuck.
What the hell?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
we don't
no
have
news
an
on this,
outline
really.
this week.
Yeah, this is off season. We do not care about this program. News today, which is why we
Kyle
delayed the
Larson.
podcast a day. Kyle Larson's going to do the Chili Bowl and the Wild West Shootout, and he's literally just going to fly in between New Mexico
Back
and
and forth.
Oklahoma.
This motherfucker is doing the dirt double. He, after long controversy about how low the purse was and they haven't increased it in so long, he finally took a boycott of sorts last year and attended this late model race out in New Mexico instead of the Chili Bowl for the first time in like 15, 16 years. And yeah, that was the plans for this year. And I don't know if it's because they increased the purse money or because he just loves that damn event so much, but he apparently called up Keith Coons, who owned the car for his first Chili Bowl win. It's like, hey, got any extra cars?
Is that the
So,
87 car? The same team he runs cars for Christopher Bell?
Yes, yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I think he's going to be in the 98 car.
Sure.
Like just the
Is it
number,
just me,
but,
or is
yeah,
like
same
anybody
team.
else has Cody's mic just like topping out?
No, it's fine.
It's all right.
Okay.
I had him turned up
My-
from before, so I just turned him down for this mic, which is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you might just have to turn me down in your Discord settings by right-clicking on me.
Yeah,
But,
Cody.
yeah, and
Cody's
then-
got a solid hotel room set up here for his
I got
podcast
the
from New
DSLR, the
Mexico.
Sennheiser headphones, the Sennheiser microphone.
Yeah,
I'm pro right
camped
now.
out.
All the way from home, 24 hours.
Yeah,
Dude,
a
this,
Didn't they double the prize pool for the chili bowl?
yeah, it's 20,000 now. And yeah, this
Oh, it's
motherfucker is now
20?
doing the starting
That's
this year.
better.
This
It was
motherfucker's
10.
doing the dirt double. He raced on Fridays or Saturday, Sunday. We had today and yesterday off. He's gonna race tomorrow. Then he's flying to Tulsa Thursday to do the qualifier, flying back to New Mexico, racing here Friday, Saturday. And if he makes the show in his qualifier on Thursday, then he's flying out Saturday night to do the main event on Saturday night. And then I believe he's flying back to New Mexico to do the final day on Sunday.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this motherfucker's crazy.
That's crazy that he like threw that together last minute too, and that everyone
Does
announced
he,
it at the
really
same
does he
time.
ever like go on vacation or like take a week off?
Apparently, that's what he's been doing the last couple weeks, according to the Ken Wallace podcast. That just
That's what he
this
did
morning.
back in 2020. He's making up for the last time.
He was certainly not vacationing. He was lighting the entire dirt world on fire with one of the greatest seasons the world has ever seen that will probably never be replicated.
It's funny that he's doing the double dirt in the same year that he's doing like the double like big
Actual
asphalt race.
double.
Yeah.
Did
Guys,
I tell you guys
insane.
about the time I did the triple in like 2018? This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. but I went to Dragon Con, this big fucking convention, this anime gaming convention down in Atlanta on Labor Day weekend. And then they had a college football game at the Georgia Dome. It was actually the new Mercedes-Benz Dome. They just got done with it. It's like the first college game there, and it was like Washington versus Auburn. And so it was like the big marquee event for the opening weekend of college football. And then Sunday came around, and I got with my buddy Evan. I was like, you know what? Fuck this convention. Let's go down to Darlington. It's only an hour and a half away. We can go down there and watch the Southern 500. So we like packed up our shit, drove all the way down there. It was like 100 fucking degrees. We got like tickets at the last second. Watched the Southern 500, and there was like a bunch of rednecks in front of us that brought Jello shots, but they had all melted. So we're like having like melted Jello shots with them and everything.
It's just a shot, isn't it? It's just like a sweet shot.
Yeah, it's just like a sugary shot at that point.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so we did the fucking triple, like all 3 major events of the Southeast on Labor Day weekend.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
My Labor Day weekends are usually filled with CTMP. All right, I want to roll through a little bit more Twitter news. I guess this dropped like literally 13 minutes ago. That Rowdy Energy's gone.
I've noticed I haven't seen it in gas stations for like a year now.
Yeah,
Really?
and it's been like I haven't heard any like marketing or anything from it in a while. I mean, it never came to Canada, so I never even tried it. But I heard from people that did try it that it was pretty ass anyway.
I liked it.
That says all you need to know.
Oh, motherfucker! Yeah, they had the cotton candy. It was the gender fluid. It had the transgender like colors on it.
Oh yeah.
And then they had the chiseled ice, which was really fucking good. And then just one day, everybody stopped selling it, and I was like, "God damn it!"
It was pretty bold to like start his own energy company. I feel like it's so much easier to just make a deal with someone, but he tried, he failed. Unfortunate.
Probably made a decent amount of money in the long run. That place is open for a while.
I don't think he'd shut it down if he made a decent amount of money. I don't know. Or maybe he got some like insane new deal that he's yet to announce with a bigger company. I do have a "What is Twitter doing" clip for y'all, just to sort of set
Please
the
be
pace
one,
for
I think it
today.
is. Isn't the dudes in the tunnels?
It's not the dudes in the tunnels. I don't think we're gonna talk about that on this show, unfortunately. It is the Kazakhstan vid. Have you seen this? It's this video of this guy it's just saying a bunch of shit apparently in whatever the Kazakhstan language is. And this video was posted on Twitter, and the audio's broken on it. So even when you turn the sound up, there's no sound on it. It's a video about the way the language sounds. And it has 24,000 likes and 11,000 bookmarks. And people figured out that it was just grabbed from Reddit, just from like a post like 3 years ago, thrown up on Twitter. The sound literally doesn't work. It's a broken post, and it has 24,000 likes and 11,000 bookmarks. And everyone's just bots. Like, yeah, that's just like, it's over. And it's just what this fucking platform's become now. When he started giving out money to people who get views, people are going through this account now, and they're like, yeah, all this does is this digs through old Reddit posts, drops the video, puts like a shitty.
What is that?
See, that's exactly what they do. They give you shit like that, so you look at it, you're like, oh, what is this? Oh. And they just farm engagement, and they get money from every click. And all you do is you click on one of these. I've never seen this tweet before. You click on one of these, and then you scroll through, and there's just a bunch of nonsense from a bunch of other checkmark accounts, which are just like here's some facts about a completely different car, but here's they get friggin' money every time you watch their videos, and it's just a bunch of
dude, all the meme accounts are like that now. Like there's like the people
it's just
post
like what is this? What
and
the fuck
there's
is
literally
this?
not a single.
There's no context. There's no context for it. You go down in the comments, like trying to find out what the context is. It's just a bunch of other people trying to post their own fucking memes.
16th
There's
century Uzbekistan fucking oven. Yeah, very cool. That's related to my
There's
police
not a
cars.
single non-checkmarked. Like click on any post and like look at the comments. There's not a single not checkmarked account like in the post.
Yeah, because you have to go so far.
Anyone that's not paying for blue is shadow banned, pretty much.
You have to go so unbelievably far to find real human beings.
That's literally not a single non-check mark.
There was some tid there.
There were some tid there. It's depressing. Anyway, that's just an update on the current state of things.
Yeah,
and how
that really congratulations, Elon, for creating dead internet. The dead internet.
It's
theory,
literally
like
dead internet. Like it's a bunch of non-people getting interactions from a bunch of non-people and making money from it.
And because the bots are running rampant now,
future.
you can just pay like $8 and you can farm this engagement, and you can just get like a check for like $100 by paying $8 and all this other shit.
Yeah, and they write this program that just scours Reddit and takes user-generated content and just throws it out there, and it sticks. Yuck. I know, it's just my disgust with Twitter I wanted to talk about this week, so it's upsetting me.
That shit creeps me out. I don't even like thinking about that stuff.
Anytime there's something like actually interesting, like a good funny post from a human being, all the comments are just complete irrelevant garbage. Although I have seen some people have started just like hitting the hide reply on every single check mark that replies to their tweet, which I think is a good meta now. If you have a tweet that pops, you just hit hide on all of the check marks, and then you only get the real people in the replies, which I think is kind of based.
Yeah, shit like that creeps me out. That makes me believe we're just already in the Matrix. Just nothing's real. Just everyone's robots. Just everything that you see and hear is just manipulated and been thought out
thanks,
for you.
Elon, you fucking idiot.
God.
Creepy.
It's so bad. It's genuinely so bad. And the problem is there's still so many people there, and we're included in this because we use Twitter like constantly. Everyone's still there. Like it's not like it's so hard to take up these people and move them somewhere else. I mean,
one good thing about like the NASCAR side of Twitter is there's so few people that have those blue check marks.
But there's a few that do, and you'll see them every damn time at the top of the list.
You do see them all the time, but like they're few enough.
I might start hiding
you can
them.
like ignore them. Like for the most part, NASCAR Twitter is the same as it was like pre Elon Musk. I mean, mostly it's like 90% still there. But god damn it, usually like historic vids, meme accounts, they're all just commodified.
Like iconic images. Yeah, it's gone. It's over. Like every cool gimmick account that you loved is now just a
it's a content mill. It's all content mills.
Yeah, but it's not even humans. It's like a bot mill. It's so gross.
I gotta put you guys onto the good ones.
No, Rusty. No.
Whatever you think is a good one, I'm staying away from.
I end up on a list if I follow those accounts. No.
I have found a NASCAR Twitter kid who's going through every team's website and sending updates on which of their sponsors have left them in the off season, which I think is kind of interesting.
Oh,
that is funny.
Any juicy ones?
Nothing big. Here, let's take a look. CommScope is gone from Trackhouse. That surprises me.
Oh, damn.
They've been with Suarez since.
CommScope has been with Daniel Suarez for years.
Well, CommScope is Eris, so they like Eris modems like switched into CommScope, and they've just stayed with them. Now they're gone, I guess, which is sad. Advent Health, we know, switched over to Legacy Motorcycle Club. Dude, this guy's just reporting on this shit. This is sick. I love that.
Did we talk about the new Stuart Haas logo? I mean, I know it's not huge, but it's just something. Their little rebrand thing they're trying.
They've always been. Their old logo was always kind of ass, so I don't mind a new one. But I just thought it was weird that instead of like SHR, which everyone I feel like knows them as SHR, Stuart Haas Racing, they just went with SH in their sort of logo. Yeah, it just looks like Racing. They also kept putting out some of that nonsense about like the bold and raw or whatever
real and
garbage.
raw.
Yeah, real
and raw.
You know what else starts with SH? Shit.
I'm surprised no kid has just drawn like an IT next to it yet. I do appreciate
when all 4 of them wreck out of the Daytona 500. You just wait.
I do appreciate that. Like, just everyone on Twitter's like, dude, this is cringe as hell. Y'all gotta stop this. Like, it's not good. And I would love to be a wallflower in whatever like social media review they do of that campaign. I'm just scrolling through some of these team updates things since we're talking about NASCAR news. Front Row lost a bunch of dudes. I mean, I'm sure they like add dudes on throughout the year. But the McLaren custom grills that Kyle Busch won 2 races with last year are gone. I don't know why. That one random medication that was on that ugly Denny Hamlin car that one time's gone. I think Ferris Mowers is staying with Ty Dillon. They left their team. They're probably going to be on that 25 truck. I think that's kind of it. Oh, and Violet Defense, which I still don't know what that is gone from RFK. Which sucks because they had cute purple cars. But that's all I've got in terms of news, I guess. I guess we'll do immediate check-in? Question mark.
Can we do drip or drown?
Do you have a thing for it?
Yeah, it's the thing that I posted today.
That's okay. Sure. It's more of a sure. Slap found a car and took a picture of it.
Dude, I saw this car. I had to get a picture.
I think the best part about this is that it's almost the same model as yours, but with more doors. It's a friggin' Elantra sedan, like a 2013, and Jesus Christ, it has gold lines everywhere, complete gold bumper, green inner wheel wells
with the calipers
and the friggin' hubs for some reason.
And those little stripes like above the wheel well are green.
The spiked lug nuts.
This is deeper than I thought, actually. Hold on. I never actually looked this closely at this thing. But
yeah, you just keep seeing something new.
Who paints their inner fenders? Like, that's insane. They've got gold everything in the
background,
front.
by the way.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
Dude, the plastic, like, and the windshield wipers are gold. Who does that?
The door handles.
The spiked lug nuts. I can't get over those.
The same colors, the stock wheels.
Did you see the struts on the splitter, like the COT?
Yeah.
All in gold. I love the fact that they got one of these like side skirt like flare things and then got a second one and put it backwards on the front. This is
that's a running board or some shit.
This might be one of, what does that say on the license plate? Thank you, God, for everything. I love you, Lord. Yep. Okay. And blessed on the front window. And instead of Elantra, it says Sprain.
Ephraim? Ephraim? I don't know.
Oh, Ephraim. Ephraim or whatever. Also, shout out to whoever installed this wrap here. Way to go.
Oh, the bubbles.
That's a fat drown. Jesus Christ.
I can't believe there's so many kids in my Twitter poll that said, drip, unfathomable drip. It's like 31% of people said it was drip. These people don't have functioning eyes.
That just goes to show the state of NASCAR Twitter these days.
Well, I think they're just being ironic. If I had to guess. Cody, your battery's low.
Oh, the battery's low, Cody.
I got
battery's low
charges,
and it's getting dark.
All right, I'll replace it real quick. I'll be right back.
Rusty, why'd you post this? Do you want me to pull this up?
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter like a couple hours ago. I don't even remember it.
This is a Mark Martin. This looks like 2003 or 4. 2004. Or 5, I guess. Oscar Mayer, Miracle Whip and Craft car.
Yeah,
running a Daytona.
That'd be fun to share.
This looks like a Busch Series car. I can't believe that's Cup.
It's got MBNA on it, so that had to be 2004.
Yeah. Well, it's got Nextel, so it's 04, and it doesn't have.
Yeah.
And it's not a Fusion, so.
I think MBNA folded at the end of 2004, so I don't. Or they like merged with Wells Fargo or some shit.
What are they? I've never.
It's a banking credit card company, or it was.
Hmm.
In 2005, they merged with, or beginning of 2005 into 2004, they merged with Wells Fargo.
I remember they had the like it was like the
That's Ward
Bass
Burton's
Pro
car.
Shops NBNA 500. Where was that? That was somewhere. Maybe that was Bristol. I don't know.
MBNA used to sponsor the Dover race.
Maybe that's it. Why am I thinking of that? What is it? MBNA?
Yeah.
Bass Pro Shops MBNA 500. Oh, that was in Atlanta. I remember that from NASCAR 07. That's also when iRacing scanned that version of Atlanta. Because the only year Bass Pro sponsored it. Real nerd shit.
Yeah, that was when they had like the 10-foot tall like trophy with the grizzly bear carved in wood or some shit.
Yeah. Dude, bring back cool trophies, man. Speaking of NASCAR Twitter kids, there's been a lot of just like bad off-season content where some dude is like, oh, this paint scheme is so forgotten, and everyone's like, dog, everyone knows about that paint scheme. Like the Jeff Gordon Pepsi Challenger, some kid was like, oh, is this the most forgotten about throwback? It's like, no. But I did see some kid who posted like, whatever happened to NASCAR teams making their cars pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
They like literally do that this year.
Yeah.
Or window nuts.
Yeah, and a lot of them did their whole ass cars too.
We gotta start like Squid Gaming the NASCAR Twitter audience. Like if you say something stupid, like
Yeah, we gotta cull the herd a little bit.
All right.
just instantly, as soon as you send a bad tweet, just
Rusty just shows up at your front door.
It's like the edited picture of him with the gun. Does anyone have any media to check in on this week?
I do.
What's up?
ooh.
Has anybody played Buckshot Roulette?
No.
Dude, it's this game that like came out. I don't know when it came out, but it got popular a few weeks ago, and I finally like got it and I started playing it. You can finish the game in like 20 minutes.
Oh, it's like an itch game.
Yeah,
it's just some like super indie shit. It costs $120.
Yeah. So like you just like have the dealer who sits across from you. He loads up the shotgun with a. He shows you like you start off with 3 live, 2 blanks, or 2 blanks and 1 live, whatever. He loads them in a random order. He gives you the gun first, and you can either choose to shoot yourself or shoot him. If you shoot yourself and it's a blank, you get to go again. And then in the second round, they start introducing items and stuff. So like double damage, you can rack the shotgun one time to have a round pop out. You can have a magnifying glass to inspect what round is next. You know, there's all these like stats and probability you can do, and like all this strategy and shit. So you play like 3 rounds, and if you end up shooting yourself, you can get a defibrillator. Like you got 2 charges like per round, and you can come back. And the sound design's like really awesome, because if you accidentally like shoot yourself, you just hear like a quick like pop for like 1 frame, like everything lights up, and then it just goes to black for like a couple seconds, and then like the defibrillator cuts in, and like all the music gets really fucking loud, and then like you home back in, and everything dies back down because you're like in a club or something, and there's like all this music like going on in the background, and like dies back down once you come back to life. You're like, all right, let's rack it again, buddy, let's go. And so it's intense, and it's also a lot of fun.
For $120, damn.
I realize it's a video game, but I'm not sure that's how a defibrillator works.
Yeah,
Just get
definitely
shot in
not.
the head. Clear. All right, he's fine.
Damn. So how long did you say? How many hours of fun did you get out of that slab?
Yeah, like 2.
60 cents an hour. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Oh, and you said $120. I thought it was like $120. I was like, what? For a weird game like
Literally $1.20 American.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, if you end up winning, like your prize is like $60,000, and I'm like, man, I don't know if that's worth it playing fucking Buckshot Roulette for $60,000.
What do you mean, 60,000 in-game dollars?
Yeah, in-game dollars, like based on like how many shots you took, how many times you accidentally shot yourself, like the most you could possibly get if you play a perfect game is 70K. Like most people get like between 60 to 68,000 bucks, and that's
In
like your
their
high
life.
score at the end of the round or whatever.
All right. I don't really have any other media to report on. Lethal Company finally got an update. We've been playing the shit out of that still. And we're gonna play it
Labyrinths are
tonight.
so much bigger. Have you noticed that in addition to
I
the
haven't played
different
the new
shapes,
update yet.
they're so much bigger. Like they're so much easier to get lost now. The
Oh
labyrinths.
god.
They just keep going, and there's like these now like curved turns and like round rooms. It's not just like a square grid anymore.
Damn.
Yeah. It's,
Damn. We're
Yeah,
like
I've noticed
finally
even, like,
getting
before
really
that
good.
came
That's
out, like,
scary.
even in like the Christmas update, the labyrinths got bigger. It became harder to find the fire exit from the inside.
Yeah.
Last night, I believe it was Ed, myself, Caleb, and CMR playing, and we all went into the labyrinth. We all got split up, and we all got killed by separate monsters in the
Oh my
labyrinth.
god.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could not make it
was a
last night,
rough
but
go.
I got like 4 Steam invites anyways, because you guys are animals. It's like my least favorite meta is when like someone can't show up and you just send them Steam invites anyway.
And they spam him. Get spam invited.
I was like
Just you.
sweaty playing FIFA with Andrew against these like nerds online and just getting like doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. I was like, oh my god, dude.
That used to happen back on Xbox Live back in the day. Like when I was playing Halo 2, if somebody like message received, it was like, come play with customs with this. I was like, no, I'm in a ranked Slayer match right now, and I'd like send them a quick voice message back, and then it would just be like ba-doop, 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 game invite, game invite, game invite, game invite. They were just like fucking with me in the middle of a match. Like, fuck you guys.
Hey, if you don't want game invites, just use the appearing offline.
Appearing offline does not fix the problem. They're going through recent players.
So the viewers are gonna start picking up on that meta. It's getting dangerous. I guess that's all our media check-in. We're going to Animal Planet. How did we get through the racing off season last year? Like, how do we do it?
There's no racing off season because I don't have a racing off season.
I guess so. We need you to deliver us Animal Planet stories because otherwise we just run out of content. Do you have any stories, Cody, already from your like 4 days or whatever in Paradise?
Yeah, I'd say I can talk about fucking Sunday's night. My fucking me braving against the elements.
Oh yeah. I brought up your pictures
get ready.
here.
Yeah, the two from General. You can
Look at how gorgeous this is in the desert in New Mexico. And it does get
during the day it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no secret that like once the sun goes down though, like with that like desert lack of humidity, it gets really cold, it gets chilly, it gets kind of windy. But this particular day, unbeknownst to me, there is a literal sandstorm warning that was approaching. Not like oh, it's just windy, it's gonna pick up some sand. No, like the Weather Channel like website issued a sandstorm warning. And so like a mere few hours later, like long before it was actually dark, like this is what the fucking track looked like from the exact same perspective. Yeah.
Jesus, you're on Mars,
literally
my
looks
guy.
like Mars, dude.
It literally looks like a different planet. Look at those mountains off to the right, like in the horizon in the clear picture. They were just completely fucking gone.
The fact that this is still like mid-afternoon is crazy.
This is like 3:30, 4 o'clock maybe. Like maybe when the sun was like starting to set a little bit, but like not dark at all.
Dude, that's a whole new world.
A whole new world.
Yeah, but it's filled with dust and misery.
So yeah, for basically a 7-hour broadcast from around 2:30 till around 9:30, sitting there up in the lift And to my company's credit, they never once like forced me to go up or said like, "Hey, you need to go up." Like it was just at my own comfort level. Like the moment it started getting a little windy, I was like, "Oh, I'm going down a little bit." So yeah, but basically for 7 straight hours, about 30-degree temperatures, about 50-mile-an-hour winds, shaking the lift, let alone like me trying to like make sure the shot is steady. And for the first half of the night, honestly, it wasn't terrible because the wind was at my back, but then at some point it shifted and it was coming
Oh, you got
right at me
sand
from
in
the
the
direction of the
face.
track. So yeah, just the moment the dirt and the sand's getting picked up from the track, just getting blown at me at like 50 miles an hour. I had a little propane heater with me, but that couldn't really work if the wind's so bad it just keeps blowing out the pilot light. So yeah, I was a I was a chilly boy. Dude, the one time I didn't throw my GoPro on my forehead for the feature, I should have, because the entire time I was just like, I was gripping the fucking tripod for dear life because the wind kept trying to blow it backwards, and it was like literally trying to rip the camera out of my hands because it was catching like the external monitor and just the camera and tripod itself and almost acting like a sail of sorts. Yeah, and I made my little wind shelter out of all the bags because I learned from last year. Like, because it's windy as fuck once you go. Yeah, there's my little heater. Dude, I had like 4 layers on, like a winter coat.
Massive jacket.
Mountain Dew. I'll give me some Mountain Dew.
Shit, I love me some
It's out in the
Mountain Dew.
desert too. But you can see the wind just carries because there's just nothing here, dude.
Yeah, there's
It's
nothing
just
to
totally
stop
The thing
it.
about the
flat.
desert, like it's just flat. There's no obstructions to block the wind. Especially for me, if you zoom in, is the press box in shot? Yeah, like one of those buildings over there on the camera guys are like just to the left of that little press box area. My monitor is
Up
basically
here?
blocking where they are.
Oh,
To the building to the
they're
right
over
of that.
there. Gotcha.
So, yeah. So they're kind of protected from that building a little bit from the wind, but no, I'm just up out in the middle of like that big wide open area. So yeah, I'm just, no matter which direction the wind's coming from, it's hitting me. That's why I built that little shelter so I could kind of be at least enclosed from a few directions.
Dude, imagine like a big pop-up tent where the poles are like exactly the width of a lift. And you can just like slot it in here and just get your own little tent camped out. I do love that this shelf is still going. Big fan of this shelf.
Dude, I mean, I probably didn't need to bring that shit with me, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna be there up in that lift for like a week and a half. I'm making it comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, this is literally your office.
Cody, where are your pistachios? I want to see
pistachios.
Yeah, pistachios.
I don't think anyone can.
A fucking pile of shells down at the bottom of that lift by the end of the week.
If Slap was there, that's how it would fucking look. Just tons of pistachio shells.
But I'm in like a whole gated area. No one else is allowed in there except for me. It's locked. Like they're far away from any
standing
animals.
pad thing.
Dude, that was like one of those like $10 like kitchen pads like from Walmart. That's one of the best investments I made. That's so nice on my feet.
I was gonna say that must feel
great. 7 hours.
Yeah. Versus just plain metal. Were you like bracing the tripod with your legs in the wind?
Pretty much, dude. I was having to like lean into it because it kept trying to blow it like backwards. Like it almost knocked the tripod over a few times, even with that wind shelter blocking a lot of it.
God damn. You have to tie that thing down.
Things are intense out here in the desert.
And you're back to it tomorrow, right?
Yep. And then Thursday off, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday on, and then I'm coming home on Monday. Or starting the trek home on Monday.
I'm sure it's cool to have days off, but I'm also sure that it sucks when you're in the middle of a desert with nothing to do.
I did stuff. I got some food today. I did laundry. I went shopping for a few things I needed.
Did you ever find those
Where
shorts?
is this at in New Mexico?
It's just, I'm in Las Cruces right now, but this track is like 10, 15 miles south of Las Cruces, kind of in between that and El Paso, right on Interstate 10. It's like literally directly,
dude,
on the interstate.
Where the fuck is it? It is like
Las Cruces right there. Yep.
Where's Vado?
Then Vado, right there. It's like right in between El Paso and Las Cruces.
There you go.
And you should be able to see this. Yep, Vado Speedway Park. Yeah, it's literally right on the interstate.
That's the non-capitalized Wild West shootout.
Dude, have you ventured down to El Paso?
No, not really. I've kind of just been wandering around the Las Cruces. Yeah, just
Nah, my dad was stationed in El Paso when he was in the army. He said that place fucking sucked.
Dude, I think it'd be
There's
wild. It's
nothing
right
out there.
Dude, it's got to be wild. It's this massive city right on the border of Mexico. That's
It
gotta
is
be
like, yeah, right next to Ciudad
My
Juarez.
brother in Christ, that's just San Diego.
Dude, this place has to feel like amazing. I gotta see this place.
Well,
let's
there's the airport up here.
let's drop into downtown El Paso.
Maybe I'll check it out on Thursday, but I was kind of planning on going golf and then checking out White Sands on Thursday.
Yeah,
It's actually
go
pretty
by
nice.
the nuclear testing site.
Place looks sick.
Yeah, show
So
that on
there's-
satellite view.
Where is this?
So it's how do they like? I don't want to say guard the river, but like the river that cuts through it. Like
Jesus Christ!
what is? No, I'm
Is that
just
the Rio
saying.
Grande?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
that's
Rio
lit-
Grande.
Yes.
They just have a big ass fence here, Rusty. Look.
That is sick.
Yeah, on one side it's El Paso, on the other side it's Juarez, Mexico.
Go over that bridge. You're in Mexico.
Yep,
Dude,
yeah.
easy. Let's go.
He's right over there.
Yeah, that's one of
Except
I
they have
think that's the
cameras all
checkpoint.
along the river, and if you're seen on the wrong side of the wall, it's over.
Yeah, look at that line to like get through the checkpoint.
They got trains
there.
going across. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's the
nothing.
checkpoint. Look at the gates like on that the Texas side. Yeah, there, and then on the other side up there.
Yeah, tons of dudes.
I might have to put this
Look at
on my
White
bucket
Sands
list
on
for next year.
satellite view.
Why? Just to like see the border? Oh, there's the
Yeah,
wall.
dude.
There it is. Dude, tons of barbed wire. God damn. God, that's so fucked. Anyway, that's where Cody is.
Where's White Sands? Or show White Sands. I want to see how beautiful that looks from satellite. Where
Where
they
the
used
hell
to
is that?
blow up all the bombs. Zoom out, you'll just be able to see it on the map. Like it's pretty obvious. White Sands.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
that'll do it.
Yeah, that's where they used to test all the nuclear
here.
bombs back in the day.
Oh, dude.
Oh, there's like some dunes out there. You can like literally
It's
rent
beautiful.
a sled.
That's
You can literally rent a
dude,
sled and just
I've
go
seen all
like
of them.
sledding like it's snow or whatever. Because it's such a
Yeah, there's
fine
the-
grained sand.
I love that. It's the national park right there, and then right off to the northwest, White Sands Missile Range. A missile range right next to the national park. Dude, yeah, just
Dude.
look at that.
That is
That's talk
nuts.
about like
Literally
another
looks like snow.
talk about another planet. Talk about another. Yeah, that's all sand.
Yeah, you could fake a lot of
Dude.
planets out here.
Talk about an. Dude, they definitely filmed some Star Wars scenes out here.
I think I think I see some moon landing scenes.
That too, yeah. Stanley Kubrick definitely visited.
Yeah, you're gonna see some Tuscan Raiders out there.
Okay, I'm gonna shift gears for Animal Planet here. I just want to ask, Rusty, what's in your cup? What do you got there? What are you sipping on?
Oh well, I know a setup when I see one, but
I just want you to talk about. What do you got
we're
in there?
currently consuming a custom batch of bone broth.
Mm.
I've had a little bit in the last couple days, and I know where this is going, but I just added a little bit of like red pepper flake and some other seasoning in here. It's dynamite. I feel better than I've ever felt.
All right. I was just curious if you wanted to talk about that because
I might
it's genuinely interesting.
I might share it on the next episode. I don't know if it's
Okay.
like Fight Club, like where you can't talk about it while you're doing it.
That'll make you feel bad. All right.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, I don't want the community to come at me. I'm just gonna like chill and shut up because I'm already like basing my entire program off a 30-second TikTok of Dana White. So I'm already starting off on the wrong foot for most people.
All right. Stay tuned. Subscribe to Rusty on YouTube for.
No, you're well, actually maybe I was thinking about I was actually thinking about doing like a recap video where it's like, here's my results, here's my step by step. But as soon as I started recording like my day 1 and day 2, like
Felt weird.
I intentionally kind of dragged it out, so it's gonna be like this 12-part like 6-hour Lord of the Rings extended
Oh,
edition
no.
cut.
About
So
like
you're gonna have
one
to
week in
sit
your
through-
life.
Yeah, so you guys are gonna like just get my full week of this experience,
All right.
unless I cut it down. We'll see.
Or it's longer than a week. We'll see.
I could
All
die.
right.
If the video doesn't get uploaded, or if I don't show up next week, I'm dead.
Oh no.
If Rusty's not on the show next week, he's dead.
Passed away from lack of nutrition, lack of
God.
calories, and
He's gonna be like that vegan raw food woman that died of starvation after she just like way overcommitted to the bit.
Jesus.
Damn.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see.
Maybe he's
The only thing that makes me think of is the Liver King dude on TikTok, who like always talked about how he would only eat raw meat. And he posted all these videos for years about him only eating raw meat, and he was jacked as hell. And then he just came out later that he was just juicing, like just hardcore, tons of steroids.
Part 2 of this adventure we're on is a Super Bowl bet that has been wagered earlier today.
No, we gotta talk about that.
Okay.
We can't hide everything from the people. The bet we made some playoff brackets for the football. I don't know anything about the football, so I just threw some shit together, and Ed got pissed because I had the Lions losing the Super Bowl to the Chiefs. But only because I believe the NFL is going to rig it for Taylor Swift. But aside,
I might have to resubmit my bracket.
Rusty asked Cody to put his money where his mouth is as a longtime Aaron Rodgers enthusiast. If the Packers win the Super Bowl, Cody and Rusty will be going on the Aaron Rodgers, like, what does he call it? The darkness retreat?
The darkness retreat.
The Aaron Rodgers retreat. We're going to stay in the exact room that Aaron Rodgers was in, and I'm paying for the whole thing for Cody because he's been doing a lot of talk, and we're going on this retreat.
So, yeah, Aaron Rodgers did this thing where he sat in complete darkness for like a whole weekend, and apparently that's just a thing that he does because, sure. But yeah,
Motherfucker
Packers go all the way.
won 2 straight MVPs and went on 3 straight 13-3 seasons after he started.
Because he sat in a completely dark room.
After that, just take care of your Achilles.
That's true.
Cody, I'll help you on this one.
See what this says? See what that says?
No.
Super Bowl I champions. It's called the Lombardi Trophy for a reason.
Yeah, that's right, Cody. It's your trophy. You just let other people borrow it.
Yep. It's mine.
Well, if you get it
No one
again,
else
you're
can
going to
touch
the
it.
darkness.
I just want to say I'm thoroughly impressed with Jordan Love. I'll be the first to admit I was skeptical. Not that I wanted to see him do bad,
Jordan.
but what are the
Love.
fucking odds that we're going to go from Brett Favre to then Aaron Rodgers to then getting another decent, competent, long-term quarterback? Yeah, he's fucking
Dude,
progressed a
he's
hell of a lot
amazing.
throughout this season.
He's
If we
amazing.
didn't have a defensive coordinator that was completely incompetent and actually did his job properly, like there'd be talks of Jordan Love being in the MVP conversations right now.
I'm
If you
hoping
look
he
at his
does well.
stats, they're better. They are better
Dude,
in every single regard
he's
than Lamar
balling right
Jackson,
now.
who's the MVP favorite right now. Rusty, I can sense reverse psychology.
Dude, I
when I-
watched him
when I
just
s-
rip the
accurate.
Vikings, like just bend them over. Like it was dude, the Packers could go all the way. They could legit go all the way. And I need this to happen. I need
So
to
you
go
can
on this,
see the darkness, dude.
dude, we have to go on this darkness retreat. I need to know. I need to know.
If they can somehow get past the Cowboys and they beat the 49ers in the divisional round, like it's over from there. If they
Well,
can exercise the
thing, the
demons,
49ers are kind of ass right now. Like that's not out of the question.
I have a
that's the
question.
thing. We have lost to that damn team 4 times in the last fucking decade in the playoffs. If we can exercise those fucking demons and lift that weight, it is over.
I have a darkness retreat question. How do you use the toilet?
There's
And
a toilet in the Hobbit hole.
if you wipe, how do you
Yeah.
know when you're done?
Don't worry about it.
Smell.
What was that? What was
You
that?
wipe and then smell.
Oh, I feel like it's always gonna smell though.
Nah.
What happens if you get like a little bit
Not
too
clean.
close and you get a dab on your nose?
Yeah, you can't see it. You don't know how far it is.
I want the people
That's
to know
what-
that wasn't one of Cody's hangups for this whole retreat. It was
Yeah, he was worried about how he was gonna eat.
Yeah, specifically he was wondering how he was going to survive without cheese for like 3 days.
it was specifically
Damn, I'm a Packers
cheese.
fan. We need our cheese. My
Like,
biggest
he's like-
concern is like, all right, because they're like, all right, we provide meals. It's like, all right, they slide a fucking plate into your pitch black room. It's like, all right, where's the plate? Where's the food? Where's the
You
fork?
can
How do I
feel
like?
for
All right,
it.
I grab a handful of rice and just smash it in my fucking face.
Dude, if they give you like a hamburger, you just friggin' get up in
for me,
there.
by the way. There's your thumbnail for me, by the way.
I bet that place is a mess in the morning after when they turn the lights on and there's just like food scraps on the floor and just toilet paper just tossed.
It's gonna look like
It's like
that
Times
tunnel in
Square,
New
like New
York.
Year's morning. Yeah, like Times Square, New Year's
But
morning.
it's just in one little closet of a room.
just piss and confetti and garbage everywhere.
Yeah, here's the real question: if Cody has like one corner of the room and Rusty has the other one, does somebody try to crank one out when they're bored?
Of course, this is what Slap thinks. Jesus Christ.
That is, I've never heard a more slap question.
Dude, are you
Hey
cranking
man,
one right now?
for the whole weekend, dude. I got needs, man. I got needs.
Cody, you shared a
Jesus Christ.
bedroom with this guy for a week in Daytona. I want you to think about that. And a bathroom.
That's true.
And a weekend just
God.
this year or
Jesus Christ.
last year with the Milwaukee Mile.
Rusty, what have you
Sounds
done?
like Slap wants to come with us and crank one in the corner.
That's
Yeah,
the
you
only
wanna
reason he
get in
wants to
on
be
this,
there.
This retreat slap.
The darkness troop.
And Rusty, you're not even gonna hear anything. Just like all of a sudden, like dun 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 dun.
No.
Jesus Christ. I'm glad those sounds didn't come through the mic. All right, we're gonna. Do we have any other Animal Planet to report on?
No, I
right,
think
we're gonna
that's
go
the
to some
icing on the
emails.
cake of Animal Planet right there.
Yeah.
I'll
slap
slap some
slap
icing
segment.
on the cake. All right.
Jesus Christ.
Send in your fucking mail. Send them
Send
in,
them in,
guys.
guys.
Send
Wash
them in,
your
guys.
fucking hands, slap. I don't give a fuck, man. You better send in those emails. at
Just
this
think
point.
about all the
Welcome
times
to
Slaps
fan mail.
not washing his
Fan
hands
mail.
in his.
Fan mail.
In addition to
Fan
bathrooms
mail.
where his hands have been just beforehand, just with all this cranking out talk he's doing.
With the dirtiest hand talk we ever had. Can we call this episode the icing on the cake? I'm
He's
throwing that out
cranking
there.
right now.
Is icing on the cake? Is that the name?
Yeah, that's the title. That's the title.
All right, we got a bunch of emails to read this week. Thank you for sending them in, and we got 8 emails. Jesus.
Oh no, it's Jover.
If you want to
Stop
send us
sending them in,
emails,
guys.
no, actually, please send them in because we're running out of ideas and it's the off season.
I'm cranking them out,
Presents at gmail.com. Send them to
Crank 'em out, guys.
ShrimpHoursPresents at gmail.com. Don't crank them
Keep
out.
cranking out those
Yeah.
emails.
Jesus Christ. All right. The first email
Oh god.
comes in from Andrew R. He sent it on Tuesday last week. He said he built a guitar.
Oh, that's sick. Hold on.
You say that until you
I
see
want
it.
some pictures.
Oh, what did he build it out of? No.
He built it out of like a chocolate box and stuck a neck through it.
That's actually hilarious.
And
That's
some
actually
bolts and stuff. And it's got 3 strings. It has
the also
like
bridge.
it has a real fretboard. There's a
Dude.
this actually took me back
Dude,
because
I
I found a YouTube account like 2 years ago who builds guitars out of dumb shit.
I'm
It
not a
does look
guitar
better than
expert.
this. But
I'm not a guitar expert, but that little part that goes that's like separates the fretboard from like the tuning area up top. It's literally just some bolts.
yeah, it's just 2
Yeah.
bolts.
It's based actually. Hold on.
Yeah, he says, I built a guitar. He says, I already exploded 2 strings on this because I tried to recycle them from previous stuff. Turns out they don't like it. Although, if I recall correctly, when he made us our season 1 like song, he sent us a song in an email. I think he was playing like a rubber band guitar that he made. So shout out to Andrew R. doing weird shit down
yes.
under.
Dude, I know a little bit related, and then I'll
Sure.
be quick. There's a
You don't have
on
to.
that note, there's like this incredible video of some dude. I think his name's Rob Scallon. He's like a music YouTuber. A long time ago, he did a Meshuggah cover of I believe New Millennium Cyanide Christ. There's the video he did it with. He recorded it on a fucking shovel, Like it's just a 1-string shovel guitar. And like he recorded the cover through that, and just between like the sound of the pickups, the string, and just like the mastering they did on it, it sounds so fucking sick. Yeah,
Am I
just
gonna
Rob Scallon with Sugar. No, just you don't even play any audio. Just like show him just like what it looks like.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't trust playing the
Okay.
audio because that's we don't need to hear the audio. I just wanted like the visual of the shovel guitar. Oh yeah, there it is. And then the dude
I
does
guess you
fucking
can't hear it.
clarinet solo.
Yeah.
Damn. He's getting it.
Dude, he actually nailed the fucking solo. Like,
I guess I can listen
and
to
then
this.
and the fucking the microphone's a shovel too, a little mini garden shovel.
This just sounds like a guitar.
I mean, it basically is. I mean, if you got a string next to a pickup and you throw some distortion through it and make it sound good in the mastering, I mean, what's the difference?
As long as you can
What
play it
the
all on one
op-
string, dude. He's jamming. I respect.
And that's Meshuggah. And that's Meshuggah. You can play most
All
of
right.
them one string. God damn it. My computer's doing the fan thing again.
God
Just
damn
keeps
it.
grinding like every 15 seconds.
These things happen.
The next email comes from Mr. Ass, who says, I forgot the email for like a month. Sorry. He says, what was your favorite racing
Okay.
moment of
Since Caleb
2023?
yelled at him.
My, what did Caleb say?
I think Caleb was like just shit
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about it. I don't
yeah.
think he's emailed since Wilkesboro.
He says, what was your favorite racing moment of 2023? Mine was the Martinsville Xfinity fall race finish and the shitstorm that happened at RCR. Favorite racing moment of 2023? Ryan Priest,
I
right?
got one.
It's been all
Ryan
dark
Priest, right?
memories.
Ooh, for like an
Oh,
actual,
yeah, that's a
that was a cool thing, but for a good moment, the Blaney Talladega win. All right.
The one
We
that
all
made me
got
pop the absolute most was Homestead when Blaney was just doing his thing, you know. And old Denny Hamlin had to do a vintage Denny Hamlin, and he completely choked it and yanked it up straight up into the wall, and his championship hopes were over. I was jumping up and screaming like it was like just peak NASCAR. And of course, afterwards they had to say like something broke in the car, but like if you listen to the audio and time it with his downshifting,
Yeah. He gets loose.
we'll be seeing at Denny Hamlin.
If
Better
I-
luck next year.
If I'm remembering this correctly, I'm pretty sure someone on NASCAR Twitter like did the thing where they like timed the crossing over of the new year with like a dumb meme video, and
Yeah,
they
I
like
saw that,
timed
yeah.
it so when it hit midnight, Denny Hamlin hit the wall.
So
That was
good.
kind of funny. It's a lot of effort for for that kind of meme.
I didn't know there was a next generation of Denny Hamlin haters out there. Like he's pretty cool right now, but like I didn't know like the kids were like.
Everyone
in
loves
on
this stupid podcast.
it. Yeah.
It's actually kind of a cool podcast. What
It's
else?
great.
What do y'all got?
Just seeing cars back on track at North Wilkesboro is pretty fucking badass.
That was last year. All right, next email.
I got
Fuck you, DT.
Priestess flip my answer.
Hell yeah. Okay, the next email comes in from Aiden, which I think this is Aiden's first email. So thank you for sending him in. Aiden says, "Hey Shrimps, I consider the food at my school to be pretty good for school lunch, but today we had an all-time bad lunch."
Oh no.
And a photo has been attached.
Oh no.
Hell yeah.
I want you, before I read what he wrote, I want you to try and guess what this is. Like what is this food sold as in the school cafeteria?
Oh no. Meatloaf.
What the fuck? I'm gonna guess like turkey and stuffing or something. I don't know.
Pulled
I
pork,
wouldn't-
maybe.
I
Yeah,
legit
pulled
have no
pork, pulled
idea.
pork. Pulled
You got
pork.
it. It's pulled pork, or it's
Oh.
allegedly pulled pork.
Dude, that
Uh,
is.
Aiden says it was supposed to be pulled pork, but it just looked like dog food and tasted like shit. What was worse was the size. All they had were some dry carrots and Doritos, which somehow were covered in mold. Like half the bags were moldy. How did chips?
Moldy Doritos.
This leads me to my
How do
question.
Doritos mold? They're devoid of moisture.
That's what I'm trying to
That's a good
figure out.
point. Like chips go stale. They don't like develop mold on them.
That means the bag would have to be compromised and water would have to got in there, and that's how it molded.
Aiden, where
Like
is
Steve
it?
MRE info. It's like it has a leak. Oh.
Is this like I'm trying to think of what like state even would? Is this like some Oklahoma shit? Where are you from? You don't have to answer that.
Yeah,
but
it's
I'm
definitely
just
like. No, Oklahoma's too close to Kansas, and Kansas knows their fucking barbecue. This is like Idaho or Montana or something.
It's like North Dakota.
someone that just doesn't know what pulled pork is. Aiden asks,
Yeah,
my question:
In that area, they know their barbecue.
what is the worst school lunch y'all have ever had?
I remember in our elementary, they had the classic like rectangle pizzas that the cheese just tasted like rubber. Just like the
Aw.
nasty like early day cafeteria pizza rectangles.
Oh, I mentioned this in the podcast way back when, the fucking nachos and cheese we used to have at Wren High School in South Carolina. Dude,
Oh, it's
that
just
fucking-
rubbery cheese.
Dude, it was like cement. I remember somebody. I told you guys
Oh,
that
yeah,
they
yeah.
had a Gatorade bottle and it was like half full, and they like dunked like the end of it in, and they like put it on the wall, and it fucking stuck like glue. And that fucker stayed there for 3 days, and then finally the janitor like took it off the wall, and there was still like, the circle of cheese stayed there for weeks and weeks. It was like encased.
They had to get like a hammer and chisel to get out.
No, they repainted the entire lunchroom, and you could still see the outline of it. I swear to God, if you go there today, it might still be there.
Jesus Christ.
I remember it was on the
It's
side of
cement
the
cheese.
lunchroom where the windows were. I could probably go find it and see like the raised indent, like circlet. I was like, that's the Gatorade bottle with the nacho cheese glue.
Yeah, like 35-year-old slap just goes wandering through his like old school. It's like I'm just looking for some cheese. I'm probably like, don't call the cops. What are you doing?
No, dude, I might go down there, like just like knock on the door, just be like, "Hey, can I get a pass? I just want to check out the lunchroom. I just want to like I just want to look at a great artifact from my childhood, just in
So
the
you can put
lunchroom."
on your watch list like a meeting.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
A 30-something-year-old just hey, can I go wandering around the school real quick? I just want to take a look.
No,
around.
I just want to go to the lunchroom. There's an ancient artifact in there. I want to see if it's still there.
I think I talked about this back on the podcast when you talked about the cheese cement. Is back in my middle school we had like it was like a really old building, and the bathrooms were like it was like built into like an old room where the ceiling was like insanely high, and the kids would just get a ball of toilet paper, dunk it in the toilet water, and rip it up to the ceiling, and it would just get stuck there, and there was just like layers and layers of it because no one can reach it up there.
What the fuck?
That's probably still
The
there.
visual dunking just
Yeah, you go and then you just go, and if it sticks, you're good.
schools
And if it doesn't, you're in trouble.
Yeah. On that note, like, did you guys ever have those kids where they'd take like some ketchup packets from the cafeteria and try to put them underneath the toilet seat, like right where it met like the rim to where you sit down?
yeah. Dude, we would take those ketchup packets and we twist them up like really fucking tight. As tight as you could before it would burst. And then like when kids were like walking down the aisles at lunchtime, you like try to toss it underneath their feet and like see if they'd pop it.
Dude, speaking of the ketchup packets, there was this one kid that was just a notorious animal who was just like always like doing that like fucked up like prank shit. And yeah, he he must have loved ketchup packets. We had our normal lunch line, then we had like a little like snack like window, and it would have like a gate that would go up and down when it was closed. And yeah, one day he like put a couple of ketchup packets like right like the
I
little
can tell where this is
slot
going.
where the gate comes down and just fucking animal. Oh Jesus. Oh god, that brings back memories.
Yeah,
All right, next. Oh, never mind.
I didn't have like a big ass cafeteria in school. Like it was only a small thing where you could actually buy food, and not a lot of people did. But I do remember in middle school, I forget if I talked about this back when we were talking about fucking school lunches the previous time, where they put like a bunch of kids in charge of the milk. We had like a milk thing where every day you can get a little. It was like a tiny little square carton of milk.
Little Ziploc.
No, it was like a dinky little square carton. Oh, That was a bag milk joke. God damn it.
That was fucking hilarious.
And they put these kids in charge of like loading it. I forget what they got some kind of like weird little benefit from the school. If they'd like come in before lunch and they'd like load the fridge with all the milk. And I just remember once they just left the fridge open overnight. Which I don't know how that happens, but I guess that when you put middle schoolers in charge, and the next day they were like, "Yep, no milk, no milk," because it was just they just fucked like a massive fridge full of milk. Unfortunate. All right.
Smelled one.
It was like all the milk for the week too.
Yeah. If I recall correctly, like it took a couple kids to figure out that the milk was bad. Like one of the kids tried just like closing the fridge and being like, "Nothing's wrong." Some kid probably got chunks in their mouth and was like, "Oh."
Oh, dude, that happened to me in middle school one time. Like I just got like a carton of milk and there was just chunks in it.
Oh, yeah, someone left that one out for sure.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's cottage cheese at that point.
I've started reading the next email and it's about milk, so I guess it's because we talked about milk last week.
Tons of milk talk tonight.
Kyle writes in.
Icing.
He says, "So I recently got a soda stream, and now I've heard of the cursed idea of carbonated milk. If I eventually attempt it, I will give the results. All right, let us know. However, my question this week is, what is your favorite non-original video game soundtrack, such as like a Need for Speed game or a sports title? My personal favorite is Inside Lines, due to how much of it I truly enjoyed, but Hot Pursuit 2012 is a close second."
Jet Set Radio.
That's very much.
All right.
I was
Mine's a
gonna
toss-up
Radio
between-
Future is fucking goated.
I'll
If
throw
you
in
disagree with me, you're fucking wrong.
All right. I'm just not
Kind of an
old, so I haven't played
an
that game.
My bad. I'm brain damaged.
We've all been talking over each other. What do you mean? Cody, what's yours?
I was gonna say like an obscure one that always comes to mind is the Faster Than Light soundtrack. I've never played the game, but I stumbled the soundtrack and it's pretty good. I love Undertale.
Is that a non-original game soundtrack?
I guess I missed the question. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the question is like a
mine's-
licensed soundtrack, not an original soundtrack.
So just like copyrighted songs, pretty much.
Oh,
Obviously, yeah. Mine's a toss-up between probably NASCAR Thunder 2004 and Flat Out 2.
Did they have more than 3 songs in NASCAR Thunder 2004? Remember 03 had like
there's a few
3
on there.
songs in it.
Yeah, NASCAR
Sweet
2005
home
Chase for the Cup
Alabama.
had like some banger fucking music.
The fact that they got Sweet Home Alabama on 03 is actually like kind of legendary. My number one is probably Burnout 3. That thing, like for the era, oh, that was so good, so goddamn good. All the old Burnout games.
But speaking of SodaStream, have y'all seen like Rusty Cage's video about SodaStream where he makes like soda spaghettios?
Oh, I think so. Rusty and I were watching the the ordinary sausage Soda Stream ones.
Dude, the one that got me excited was carbonated soup. Like I
Yeah, he
genuinely
did chicken
wanted.
noodle soup.
Yeah, I want it. Give me.
He did another one. He just put raw eggs in there and carbonated them and then cooked them. That's a whole adventure. But let us know if you go on any interesting SodaStream adventures, Kyle. I'm curious. Luke wrote us an email, and he says, "Is Slap's crazy ass moments in history ever going to come back?"
No.
All right. Next email comes in from Doggo. With the subject line, "Caleb really went into Yapatron mode at the end. What was bro waffling about?"
He was just a zoomer.
state of
with
NASCAR.
too much
Just on
Adderall,
some
and
shit.
he was lost in the sauce.
He told us like midday that he had a thing he wanted to read on the podcast. I'm like, what do you?
Yeah, and then he
It's
told us it was like 3
manifesto.
pages long.
He gets
Fucking
bored at work.
manifesto.
Doggo says, "So recently I've been kind of going through a personal video game renaissance. Growing up, I played strictly racing and E for Everyone games, other than wrestling stuff. I guess that was okay. Because my parents were on the like video games He says video games make you the next Bin Laden train.
Yeah. Yep.
Even though I just watched GTA and no Russian on YouTube. Anyway, but I digress. Now, through the power of God's gift, aka Xbox Game Pass, I can play free or heavily discounted games that came out years back. Got on peak Hitman, Far Cry, GTA 5 Story Mode, Dead Space, Batman Arkham Trilogy, and the Red Dead Redemption series all last year. By the way, Red Dead Redemption 2 is top 5 game ever made. Don't at me. Currently on the Resident Evil 2 remake, where Mr. X is beating my ass. Send help. Sent 3 crying emojis. I guess a question that ties into this is a whole ass essay. Do y'all have any interesting, like you are not old enough to do something stories? Like him with playing video games? Thanks for the weekly content, guys. Unironically, last week's episode had me dying, for real. P.S. Bro, as I'm writing this, Stuart Haas is still on their stupid Twitter bullshit. We need to kill the admin with hammers now. But yeah, are there any things that you were held back from as a child that you realized are actually kind of based? Because
video games in general, I was always grounded for not having straight A's.
my mom would always get pissed. Like, my dad didn't really care about what I played, but I only played like racing games anyways. But I distinctly remember playing Watch Dogs like when it came out, which I was like mid-teens, I think, at that point. And there's like one of them, it was like a shooting heavy mission because there's a whole bunch of shit in that game. And I had to like pause the game because my mom was in the room doing something. And if I like unpaused and like did some shit, she'd be like, what are you doing? Like shooting guns, and make a whole big deal about it. But I mean, this is how I ended up, so I guess she was onto something. Maybe I shouldn't have played those games. I think this is kind of like a young person thing. I feel like all these boomers didn't grow up with as much like don't play shooty games.
No, my parents were like hyper religious, so I couldn't play Pokemon.
Oh yeah, I remember this story.
Yeah, there were ghost Pokemon and psychic Pokemon. That's witchcraft. I couldn't read Harry Potter because that was witchcraft. You know, couldn't watch Lord of the Rings because there's wizards in there. You know.
Yeah,
And,
there was a point where
the
I
weird
couldn't listen to Black Sabbath.
was
That's
Star
exciting.
Wars was okay because
Damn.
my dad liked Star Wars when he was a kid. So they got a pass.
Good wizardry.
My
You're a
thing
wizard.
was movies with my mom. Like my mom would just never, like she'd always try to stop me from renting movies or going to see movies, and I just do the classic thing, like, Mom, I'm gonna see it anyway. And for whatever reason, she made the biggest deal about the Matrix, the original Matrix. And the more
Probably
she
'cause
told me that,
Were
that
there
I
like too
couldn't
many
see it?
guns in the like promotional material?
Yeah, well, that was one of the, I feel like the original movies where they're just dumping clips in that one like lobby scene. That was,
Yeah.
I feel
Dude,
like
that lobby
one-
scene is still iconic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think she saw the lobby scene or saw that on the news or something. She's like, "No, you're gonna," yeah, like Doggo said. So, sorry, Mom. Like I turned into maybe the person you're, yeah, like. I gotta shut up.
Keep drinking that broth.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
You brought up the
The dark
Matrix scene. How
place.
God, that scene's iconic when he walks through the metal detector. He's like, "Sir, would you empty out your pockets, please?" He just opens up the trench coat, just top to bottom, just rifles. Just like, then just that
All
iconic shootout
clips.
scene starts.
Dude, those
Good.
pillars get destroyed.
Mhm.
All right, we have.
Apparently they did that in just 3 takes. Like they had to like reset everything. It would take a whole goddamn day to reset it. And on the third
can
day,
imagine.
third take, they got it
Damn.
right.
We have
Hell yeah.
the Andrew R guitar was like sort of an add-on to last week's. This is Andrew's email for this week. He says, today I write this story from on board a ferry to the city because it was 96 degrees Fahrenheit in the western suburbs of Sydney.
Oh shit!
Yeah, fucking Australian summer, like middle of goddamn summer, and he sent some pictures of his boat. Which I guess goes from like Sydney to the stuff that's like next to Sydney. I don't know how it all works, but
Das Boot.
It looks
It's
like
looking
they patched
cute.
the center of that bridge. Like it feels like it's had a little fixer up.
yeah, maybe they redid the outside of it. Maybe the middle fell through and they put more up there. You never know.
That's what I mean.
Oh, you know what it might be? Maybe that's the only part they can reach with a pressure washer from the top.
Mm.
Because it does look like it's just been like cleaned and nothing else.
That's all.
Okay, he says, having asked about cars at the front, I thought I'd ask about the cellar dwellers. He's got 3 teams that he wants us to discuss here. First of all, he calls them Lizardy Motorcycle Club. It's a revolving door of nonsense and buffoonery. Number 42 has had a best finish of 10th ever. The 43 did win the Southern 500 in 2022, but since then has only scored 9 top 10s in 45 races. Sure. I did see a win picture of that Eric Jones Southern 500 and that just like blew my mind that 43 car actually won races. Because they've just been dog shit this season. I don't know. Yeah. And then they blamed Chevy. They were like, yeah, Chevy's not giving us any like any help at all, so we're gonna go to Toyota. So it might all be talk, but they have basically said like we're gonna be way better this year because Toyota's actually giving us support. So we'll see. We'll see. 2, Spire Motorsports managed only 3 top 10s with the number 7 last season. That's because Corey LaJoy's driving it. And no top 10s at all with the 77. That car's always been ass. And Rick Ware Racing managed 2 top 10s with the 15 last season. Did they? Kind of impressive.
Right, playing tracks, if I had to guess.
But they only cracked the top
too.
20 with the 51 once. Oh no, they've only cracked the top 20 with the 51. They've never been in the top 10. Do they exist purely for the purposes of sitting on a charter? Yes, and they will make money like BJ McLeod did. Does anyone expect that any of these will finally hit the trampoline floor and bounce back to anything respectable, or will they just continue scrobbling around in the dust, looking for bottle caps and shells? Bonus question, if you owned any of these, would you be courting a new manufacturer to join?
I think Legacy Motor Club will bounce back.
Yeah,
I think so.
I was just curious to see how they'll do with Toyota.
Yeah, if their claims are true, I think they'll be all right. Spire is going to be nowhere, and Rick Ware gonna Rick Ware.
Didn't Rick Ware get into like a big scandal in like 2019 when he like conspired with somebody else to manipulate the end of the race at Phoenix and Homestead, like the last 2 races of the year, so that they could get more money out of the Chargers or something? And like I think Starcom was still around.
I don't know about all this, but
rest in peace.
Sure.
It's like 2019, 2018, and yeah, they just basically manipulated the end of the race so they would like cheat Starcom out of their like 36th place finish, and they'd get like a little bit more money in the final race.
Damn.
And the championship standings or whatever it was, they got penalized for that.
And now Starcom is deceased.
Now they're
unfortunate. Dead. Okay, I got 2 more emails. Jesus Christ. Carl writes in. He says, "Hi Shrips. I took Slap's advice and I tried out the furry servers on Team Fortress 2.
Oh no.
I'm here to report that unfortunately Slap is correct. The furry servers are actually really great. The good players still tended to stack blue team, but balance was better overall than a regular pub. Everyone was super nice and they even allowed custom sprays. The only downside, or upside if that's your thing, is that players will inform you unsolicited that they are circumcised. In the end, I'm going to stick to Uncle Topia's servers because I like to sweat, but overall, thanks for the recommendation, Slap. I had a good time." From Carl.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, dude. Like, the games are like really good. They're really competitive. It's better than any other pub server. You know, everybody's competent. They know what they're doing. Communication's good. Like, oh, I'm going left. You guys go right. You know, somebody go center. Like, I'm with you. Like, I got the Uber charge ready. Let's push through over here. We're going to get them on the weak side and all that shit. And then every once in a while, some dude's just like, "Yeah, dude, I'm ready to clap these guys' cheeks. Like, I'm going to put my fucking 2-inch blue vein diamond cutter right up their butt." And then it's just like, God damn it, dude. Why you fucking say that? Why you make it weird?
That's a good report.
Why did you say that? Why did you make it weird?
Because he said that in the server last night.
This explains a lot about your first instinct when we're talking about the dark room. All right, I got one more email.
The true definition of a cum dungeon. Go onto the furry servers on TF2.
All right. Nick Man sent in an email.
Title, by the way, the true definition of a cum dungeon.
No, it's not. That's not. We're not calling this Shrimp Hours the true definition.
I mean, icing on the cake is pretty much the next closest thing. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
All right. Nick
Final
Man sent in an email. He said it's,
So if you're ever playing Team Fortress 2, you know what's good.
says it's 2024 and the Cody, you like this? The Packers continue
if
to
you don't
be.
start talking about your dick, like, is that like?
They'll know you're not one of them.
Dick's out for Harambe.
It's 2024 and the Packers continue to be the sleep paralysis demon that never leaves Bears fans alone. Some things will never change. Speaking of things that will never change, oh dude, this is on topic. Twitter and their quest to make the worst app in existence, now featuring ads that are nothing but porn bots because they're running out of real advertisers. An unserious app continues to get more unserious. With that out of the way,
Oh, dude,
change the battery pack.
No.
With that out of the
got
way,
one.
my question for this week does center around Twitter, because while it's a shithole, it's produced plenty of hilarious moments in its existence. My question is, what is the funniest day of Twitter you've ever experienced? Personally, that time NASCAR Twitter got into a fight with NBA Twitter and ratioed the shit out of them is still one of the funniest things I've seen. We've had some good days on Twitter. I don't know, what is the best day on Twitter? Like number one,
I remember
like
Bean Dad. You guys remember Bean Dad?
what?
God, this was like you know that famous tweet that says the point of Twitter is every day there is a main character of Twitter, and the goal is to never be the main character. And Bean Dad was the main character this day.
Oh no.
So it was like this dude who was like this journalist or whatever. So that should have been your first, clue that this guy's, fucking brain dead. But he like just talks about like how his daughter wanted to, have lunch, and she wanted like some baked beans or whatever. And so he just like tossed her a fucking can opener, like a mechanical like hand twist can opener, and said, "Well, you figure it out." And so he just like sat there and just watched her. And she's like fucking 5.
Oh my god.
And then she just like can't figure it out. She starts crying because she's hungry. And then he's just like, "Oh, just figure out, you can use your logic and whatever to figure it out." It's like, I think she learned something today, is like was his takeaway. And it was just like, no, you're just a terrible fucking father. You wouldn't even show her how it fucking worked or anything. And so he literally got ratioed, and then he fucking left Twitter.
My favorite when people just go run off the platform. I have a candidate for my favorite day on Twitter. There's a lot of
Trump card. Is it the Trump card?
That was pretty good, mostly because I was on like a mini road trip with the boys. We were going, I forget what we were doing. But I dropped the Trump car like right before we left. So as we're going down the road, I'm just seeing all the responses pile in. That's still up on Twitter, by the way. I'm standing by that.
Got him.
Yeah, my favorite though must be the Benadryl challenge. When dude, that one girl, it was 2 people that I hardly know. I even like forget how it started. I forget. I think they were coming at me specifically, but they were just talking some shit like just completely out of nowhere. I forget what it was. Damn, I should probably look this up. But anyway, all I did is I posted the comments that they said about me. Which I think they said that was like a cringe like iRacing streamer or something, and I literally just posted what they said about me, and then throughout the rest of the day, a third party was posting supposed updates about how upset the one of the people in my screenshot that said horrible things about me, and all I did was tweet it out there, was being attacked, and supposedly took an incredible amount of Benadryl and was in grave danger and in the emergency room. And then I had a bunch of kids who were like, "Drive through, you killed this girl, what have you done? Oh, you're a horrible person." And the next morning she was like, "Oh no, it wasn't me." That was one of those days where I was just sitting there the whole day being like, this is really funny, but it's not real, right? There's like a little piece of me that was like, this would be really fucked up if it was actually happening, but I knew it wasn't. I'm gonna go dig this up while you guys talk about something.
I need to go change my laundry soon, so I'm just waiting for this to wrap up.
Oh, It was me making fun of Ty Gibbs, and they were Ty Gibbs fans. That's what it was. I forget even the context of it. I guess he must have dumped someone on lap 4, and I just tweeted out, "Is there a Bible quote for wrecking people on lap 4?" And they got very upset. And then this one guy said iRacing is a breeding ground for creeps, and said I was gonna turn into the Riddler.
The Rizzler.
And I just tweeted, I just
forgot somebody said you were
screenshot
gonna
it. Yeah, and I said, fellas, is it creepy to make fun of bad NASCAR drivers? 274 likes. And hey guys, her neighbor texted me and they said she OD'd and they're on their way to the hospital. It's not looking good at all. Please keep her in your prayers. And the kids went nuts. God. It's too easy.
You guys know that Twitter account Drill?
Oh, the best.
Yeah, like I'm the guy who says, I'm not owned, I'm not owned, I'm not owned, as you say, as you slowly shrink into a corn cob.
Yeah.
And then my favorite drill tweet is when he's just talking to like some guy, like some politicians, basically he's like admitting that he's doing something, but he's also like denying it at the same time. And then like the reply is like, as your lawyer, I'm requesting that you keep posting this shit. Like that dude always has like the most based comebacks. He's been doing that for like 10 fucking years. And like he'll like randomly pop up like once a month and just like drop a banger and then just
Dude, they're
disappear.
always bangers.
Yeah.
God. Dude, people these are my favorite things when I say something like minor about a driver and people go fucking feral. Like the Joe Graff Jr. fans hate me because I said they were all... Yeah, that's the thing, is I tweeted out, I was like, are there actually Joe Graff Jr. fans? And a bunch of like kids were like, the Joe Graff Jr. fan club. And then it turned out like he just followed a bunch of people on Twitter. And then like all the kids became Joe Graff Jr. fans because they're like, oh my god, starstruck NASCAR driver. So I think I tweeted something like, today I learned like Joe Graff Jr. followed a bunch of kids on Twitter and they got pissed. They were very mad.
Yeah, it's like every
Good
once in a
times.
while, like it's like way back in the day, 2008, like Barack Obama would follow back anybody that followed him for like his campaign back then. So of course he got like some nefarious people that he started following, like Sarah J, the porn star, and like these other like just people you wouldn't want to like be caught dead following and shit. And every once in a while somebody like screenshot that like Barack Obama follows this porn star or whatever. It's like, hey yo, and it just pops up on Twitter like once a year as like a yearly ritual.
That makes sense, because sometimes I'll see just random nobodies in my replies, and it's like followed by Barack Obama, and I'm like, hey, yo. I guess
Like
they're
John
early
Cena
on the charge.
too, yeah.
God, I love, like, unserious Twitter is my favorite shit in the world, because people just go nuts. But it does get annoying sometimes. Like, I made a joke about Brad Keselowski naming his daughter after corn. Out of irony, and someone already bookmarked it, and I saw it today. I'm like, stop it, dude.
Yeah,
God.
because Michigan won. They're the maize and blue.
Oh, is it actually called maize? Like the team, they call them maize?
No, their colors are blue and maize.
Oh,
Blue and yellow.
That's why Brad named his daughter after the color of a sports team. That's even worse. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't actually know that. That's kind of cringe. All right, well, on that
Ultra
note.
cringe, turbo cringe.
Jesus, Harris.
I think I lost you on some of those
Cody's ready to go to bed.
Twitter moments.
Cody has to piss and do laundry so bad.
Cody's real life batteries.
I just gotta go
running
change my
low.
laundry so I can get my fucking shit done before I have the machines going at like 11
And by
p.m.
laundry, he means he's gonna
It's
add
in
some
a fucking
icing to the
hotel,
cake.
Rusty. I can't
He's
just do
got a
laundry
crank
all
in the
fucking night.
corner.
Jesus Christ.
Don't-
All right,
don't
this
get me
was
mistaken with that animal below me right now.
This was the icing on the cake. We'll be seeing you never, because Rusty unfortunately will be dying this week.
Dude, imagine.
And we just won't be able to put out a podcast. So if you don't see us, he's dead. We're all dead. We'll be seeing you, unless we won't.
Bye.
Oh, I put the wrong.
Cody's
screen on.
gotta go
Everyone say
put some
bye.
icing on the cake. He's gotta go crank one out. Gotta go crank out some laundry. Gotta go chop some wood.
Sounds great.